This is the Khoodeelaar television channel being broadcast on the internet on Sunday, the 27th October 2024. This one is referring to the item in the Mail on Sunday. Is Princess memory of visiting homeless shelter with Harry first sign of a thaw? This is about William and Harry, who were photographed in 1993 with their mother, Diana, visiting a homeless shelter in 1993. And this is part of the documentary going to be broadcast about homelessness, two-part documentary going to be broadcast on ITV starting on Wednesday and continuing on Thursday of this coming week. And in one of the clips, the day Mail on Sunday says, William says, I feel with my position and my platform, I should be delivering change. I feel compelled to act because I don't want to just talk about it. I don't want to just listen. I actually want to see someone smile because their life has been made better. Building a project is the only way I can see at the moment to try and alleviate and help people who are in much less fortunate or a very difficult situation. The two-part documentary will air on Wednesday and Thursday, October 30th and 31st at 9 p.m. on ITV1 and ITV-X. Now, this statement, as quoted by the Mail on Sunday, is of course absolutely correct. And on that basis, this program, the Khoodeelaar television channel, will be broadcasting on the crisis of homelessness being caused by those who make the decisions. Numerically, the largest number of homelessness in the United Kingdom is caused by the decisions made within local borough councils. And that is what we shall be focusing on, especially the behavior of local councils such as Lambeth, where the program will be focusing on one project or one part of the project, and about our hamlets in London, Newham in London, and other London boroughs. We shall be talking about the role played in creating homelessness, the role played by the now abolished Greater London Council and the leader of the then Greater London Council in the 1980s, Ken Lying Still Livingston, and the role played by each and every elected mayor in London that has been in post since the post was created by Tony Blair. Tony Blair was responsible for the biggest destruction of the council housing stock in the first 10 years of this century, when he, through his deputy prime minister, John Prescott, compelled the London Borough of Tower Hamlets Council leadership to hand over the largest number of council housing stock to a gang of criminals called Popla Harka. That was followed shortly afterwards by the similar transfer of a less smaller number of housing stock but significantly large number housing stock to a criminal gang collaborating with the Popla Harka called the Tower Hamlets Community Housing, THCH. The Tower Hamlets Community Housing was controlled by a criminal called Michael. I'll get the second name. I'm checking on the second name. Michael, the criminal, is called Tyrrell, Tyrrell. Terrible Michael Tyrrell. So the crook has been since exposed as a criminal, and all the criminals that he was associated with in the THCH have been exposed and have been given the sack in effect. But there has been no audit, no accountability for the way that the criminals in the Popla Harka or the criminals in the THCH went about abusing their positions and creating crisis after crisis after crisis in housing. So we shall be exclusively examining the evidence of the behavior of the Popla Harka and the behavior of the criminals THCH and the behavior of the criminal Michael Tyrrell. The crooks in control of Tower Hamlets Council during most of the period have been complicit in the criminality perpetrated by Popla Harka and the criminals and crooks, Tower Hamlets Community Housing. Along with along with the criminality perpetrated by Popla Harka and the criminals THCH, numerically smaller number of organizations or smaller sized organizations like the former Spitalfields Housing Cooperative got controlled by criminals, and the criminals did the same thing, but they were prevented from transferring the housing stock by a campaign which featured an activist who is now past, deceased. But the principle of desocializing social housing in Tower Hamlets has been a major reason for the creation of the crisis in homelessness. And none of the organizations that are supposedly in place to audit the behavior of these criminals has been up to the task, has not been fit for purpose. So we shall be exclusively diagnosing and examining the evidence of their misconduct.